He didn't do as well as he wanted to though.
No, he was like top 6, right? Top 8.
Yeah, he was top 6. He was like 5th.
That's pretty dang good.
He was like 5th or 4th, but like he thought that the way he was
You're
playing.
gonna replace me? That's alright.
Wow.
I'm alright with it.
The way he was playing was he thought that he could get second.
Oh my gosh, that
9-0.
combo.
By the way, Luigi's going to town on this girl. Like
4 mix.
Dang, son. Ooh, even the fireball hit. What is she gonna do? What is she gonna do? Samus looking like she's from Other M, aka sucks.
Shots fired on Other M.
Dude, shots are always fired on Other M because it's a bad game.
I never actually played it.
It's a bad game. Don't worry about it.
Was it like M and then the other M? Was like
I don't know. I don't even know. Like I played it a little. I played the first like 30 minutes of it, and I'm just like can't do it.
What's the storyline of what
Other M?
Metroid? Just
Oh,
in
Metroid?
general. I know it's always like you have all this stuff and you lose it and you have to get it back.
Well, it's
and then
like
you lose it.
with
then...
Metroid, it's she's ooh nice up B.
All right, I'm being replaced. I'll be back in a second.
Being replaced by. I'll find out in a minute.
All right, this is Isahiro stepping in.
Wait, this is what?
Isahiro.
Isahiro. Does that actually mean anything?
It actually does.
What does it mean?
It translates loosely to lively searcher, representing my journey and constant pursuit of both knowledge, happiness, and success.
Fun. I'm gonna be a Japanese minor, so I kind of wanted to know that.
Yeah, Isa actually translates to lively or energetic.
Yeah.
And hiro is to pick up or find.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah. So there we go, guys. Right now we got Smash 4, Sofaking versus Sovereign. Sovereign, he's a man who excels in all games. I mean, so is Sofa too. They're both multi-game people. That was a nice down smash.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Sofa's great at Melee, great at PM, great at Smash 4. Definitely one of the top players around here.
Smash 4 is definitely his best game, though, without a doubt. Yeah, yeah, no. Sofa's best. Oh, me? Sure. I'm gonna go get food. Well, actually, where are you guys going? All right, I'll be there soon. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So
like
Sovereign trying to make some progress and catching back up.
All right, that was definitely a missed input right there. Yeah. But no, Sovereign and Sofa, they both contend for other games, but Smash 4 is the one I'd actually least expect them to contend for. I don't know why. Sovereign rules PM more than Sofa does. He got top 3 today.
Okay.
Second or third behind myself and Chiari. And then in Melee, Sovereign does pretty well too. I think Sofa does better in Melee. But yeah.
There you go. Got a little bit of a rivalry going on here.
A little. I mean, this is sort of the game to decide who is truly better. You know, Sofa actually did used to play PM, and he did enter today, but he hasn't been putting the time into it, you know. And Sovereign hasn't been putting the time into Melee either. So this is sort of the game that settles the feud.
Sure.
So right now, there's just a lot of footsies, but it really does look like a commanding lead for
Sofa right now.
But anything can change, honestly.
Right.
And with Samus's up B, that early kill, killer.
Absolutely. I myself have been 0 to death by Zero Suit.
Really?
At least once.
Really?
Yeah, I was playing as Sheik, and the Zero Suit player I was playing got a good combo on me, was just able to juggle, and I'm not sure if I just didn't get out properly, but I actually was 0 to death.
Wow. So, unfortunate by Sovereign. He doesn't make it back.
If we, okay. There you go.
There
we go. Now I'm on
adjusting.
screen. Now I'm on screen. All right.
So yeah, that's what it is, what it be, what it do. And right now, Sofa does have to reset the bracket in order to win.
Right.
So we could be here for a decently long time.
But potentially up to 9 matches.
Yes. Potentially up to 9. Oh.
No, potentially up to 10 matches. Because if the first one went
There
5
has
and
to
the
be a
second one
winner.
went 5,
Has to
right?
be a winner.
Has to be a winner.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But it could go all as far as 10 matches.
Could go either way. Hashtag
Interestingly-
10 2013.
Interestingly, if we saw 10 matches, it would be possible for them to each take 5 matches.
Yeah.
But it's best of 3 format, so
It's best of 5.
you're absolutely right. Best of 5.
It's all right.
3 wins to clinch a spot.
I will say, best of 5s, they're pretty much standard now for finals. However, the European Melee scene up until pretty like not recently, but like 2010, they actually did best of 7s in in grand finals, which was pretty ridiculous from what I hear.
Yeah.
And then other finals would be best of 5.
Well, it's interesting. It depends on what game, what sport you're involved in, but some take it as far like, for instance, when the chess championship every year is determining who is like the grand champion of the world in chess. It's like best of 13.
It's
like,
best
it
of
gets ridiculous.
something long because I mean, with chess, how many times do they hold the match to see who's the best?
Once a year.
Once a year, right?
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
In this game, in Smash, because people are generally active and go to a lot of tournaments, you know, the best in the world, he's going to be making his rounds through a lot of tournaments, and so is everyone else who wants to prove themselves. So that's probably why we don't do that. And honestly, that'd be pretty ridiculous. I think the longest set, the longest set I can stomach is maybe like a best of 9.
Yeah, that certainly would be a long time.
Although I have seen first to 7.
First to 7?
Yeah, M2K and Ken. When Ken he lost a match against Scar that determined whether he'd go to EVO 2013, and he did. Yeah, he lost it. So he went to EVO, and then him and M2K played a set that was like best of 7. Because I mean, both of them are from the same era, really.
Yeah.
One of them kept up. Oh, that was unfortunate fade back.
Yeah. Definitely.
So, Sofaking with the boss tag, I haven't addressed this. It's a shout out to the MDVA player. I think he's from Maryland rather than Virginia, but I have no idea. I could be getting that completely wrong. Boss, who in the early days of Smash 4 was considered possibly one of the big contenders, but now has kind of fallen off. Yeah. To put it lightly.
Well, it's interesting because so far we've seen the first game, Sofa took a fairly commanding lead. This game in the counter pick, it's been very even. Both players got to about 100%, low hundreds, and we're taking their first stock. And right now we're just seeing some exchanges, some pokes.
Can I be real here, though? Why is Halberd legal?
I don't know. I don't know. Like 99% of people will just ban this. I mean,
Halberd, dude.
Everybody bans Castle Siege, and everybody bans Halberd.
I know.
When I win a set, or I win a match rather, I don't ban Halberd, but I will ban Lilat because I don't like Lilat playing as a Sheik player, and I mean, Sheik's mobile enough that Halberd doesn't bother me. So I'm not worried about somebody picking it.
And also you can just bank on the fact that the other guy's not going to choose it.
Yeah, exactly. Halberd. Exactly.
And like Castle Siege, that you don't got an excuse. There's a walk-off on that stage. Right. Walk-offs aren't legal. Never have, unless, well, Castle Siege and Brawl, from when it was legal, was right. Yeah, but I mean, honestly, let's not talk about competitive Brawl. But walk-offs should never be legal. Finishing with the 69%, the magical percent that most Captain Falcon players wish for, but manages to do it with Luigi. Captain Fabulous, dude.
Captain Fabulous indeed. That's interesting. You mentioned walk-offs on Castle Siege, but we've also got walk-offs on Delfino. Admittedly, it's a much smaller subset of Delfino.
Dude, I don't think Delfino should be legal either. I think you should have a smaller stage list because it just makes more consistent results. And if you have more consistent results, people are going to play the game longer. People are going to, because it's a real show of who's better, not who had the better counter pick, not about stage jankness, because people quit because of that. Right. People just do.
And, I mean, we've all had it, happen where you're in a match, somebody picks Halberd as a stage, and there's a claw, there's a laser, like something just gets in the way, and somebody dies due to this random stage hazard.
Yeah.
Which, yes, you can see it coming generally, but like there's times where you get hit right into it. And it's not that you did something wrong, just you get hit, you get knocked back, and because that stage hazard.
This is Sob's counter pick, Roy. I actually remember playing his Roy when it was like a week old. I actually beat it, which is pretty weird because I don't really play this game. But obviously it's gotten better because he's doing some serious stuff to Sofa. So I don't think I would be able to take a stock off of this Roy. He's doing some things. Yeah,
and it was interesting. Last night was actually my first opportunity seeing Roy as a DLC character. The last time I'd seen him was back in Melee.
Yeah, he sucks.
And he's changed significantly since then.
He's good now.
Yeah.
old Roy. It wasn't just the fact that, you know, it wasn't the fact that he got the short. Oh, and he can make it. He can't make it back.
No.
It's not just that he got the short end of the stick from the developers in Melee. I mean, there's honestly a chronic problem with Roy as a character that they've been willing to fix in other games, and that's why people complain about his like power, is because you have a swordsman. What is a swordsman advantage? A swordsman advantage is his range, the ability to block a character out. What if? Okay, so that's why Marth works well, right?
Right.
Tip of the sword is what do you want to hit with. Roy, exact opposite. So it ends up being where his real killing power is close range, which means you have to get close to an opponent like Fox, like Falco, like Jigglypuff, who can honestly rest you like that. It's a gamble and it's a risk. And then there's also the whole he falls really fast for no reason and his recovery's okay and all that.
And because of the fact that middle range of the blade was his key spot, why does he have the rest of his range? Like, what is the point of having an attack that goes further than that point? Because you don't want to hit people with that because they're not going to go anywhere. They're not going to do anything.
Mindset. It means that you think you have more than you actually have, and that's what I like about Smash 4. They didn't make it so that, you know, every single part of his sword, like Lucina, had a consistent strong hit.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's making it back. But they did make it so that tipper hit of Roy is gonna make it so you can't be punished if you hit someone with it. Like in Melee, it was just awful. We called it the pool noodle, and right now I'm glad they changed it.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see.
That's
because
amazing.
Yeah, that was rough. But it's very interesting to see the changes they made in Roy because of the fact that like the middle range is like he's no longer just this Marth clone. He doesn't have the same attacks. His attacks look entirely different. You see the way that he holds his sword. He actually holds his sword like this, like the blade's coming back here, and so he'll uppercut at them. Like
And a lot of them, yes.
Yeah, it's almost like someone that's wielding like a long dagger, like because that's how you fight with knives.
Or like a karambit knife or something like that.
You actually you hold it in this like a stabbing motion, but you don't stab with the knife. You don't do this number. You swipe. That's the proper way to use a blade.
I mean,
that's that short.
We did joke about Roy having a dagger, but I didn't think they'd actually make him play like that. But I mean, I like it. I think
it works.
It's a different style, and that's the important part.
And it makes him much more unique this way. Like it doesn't feel like it's just a Marth clone.
Yeah.
Like let's look at Ganon and Falcon. To be honest, they're still clones. They said they were going to get rid of the clone issue. They didn't get rid of the clone issue.
They just changed some of their special moves, but in the end of the day, they're pretty much the same.
Right. It's just that Ganon has more power and Falcon has more speed.
Yep.
That's really what it boils down to.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't like what they did to Ganon in the other games compared to what they did in Melee because they tried to make him individual, and it ended up just making him bad. Because I would rather have a lot of viable characters than a lot of individual characters, to be honest with you. Maybe it's a fighting game mentality, but no.
Well,
how it is.
It's one of those things where when you pick a character, that shouldn't be like what made you lose. You know?
Theoretically, yeah, that's the best.
I mean, yes, you can argue in the meta that there are certain characters that have advantages against other characters, but
there are definitely characters who are just the best in the game. However, at a high level, a good competitive game has the ability to overcome that.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't want to harken back to Melee, but it is what I know. Ken ruled the game for 4 years using a character who's now considered to be 4th on the tier list.
Right.
I mean, and even back then was not as good as Fox. I mean, like, it's possible, guys. I mean, you see Zero doing it with Diddy right now. Like, even if he does play Sheik, he still has the Diddy who can beat pretty much anyone in the world.
Yeah.
Pretty ridiculous. I think that Smash 4 would do very well if they, if someone was able to beat Zero. Because I think that's going to end up hurting the life of the game. Ooh, that was a good
the fact that Zero is just dominating everything right now.
The fact that it's more like who's going to get second than who's going to get first. That's never good for a game. That's never healthy. That doesn't promote meta
absolutely not.
Because all you're practicing to do is beat Zero. You're not practicing to beat everyone. You're practicing to beat Zero. Yeah. That was a really good flare blade from ooh. That was a good nair out. The classic Luigi's Nair. In every single game it's been stupid fast to make sure you can't combo him.
Right.
Many times it can convert into his own combo. So there we go.
It's wonderful how many interrupts Luigi has. I've always looked at Luigi as kind of a joke character since they introduced him in Melee, and in Smash 4 he's real.
He was in 64.
He's real. Oh, that's right. He was in 64.
But he was even more of a joke character.
Right. Like, he just didn't exist in 64. Let's just not talk about that.
As a casual, Luigi was actually my main in every game.
Really?
But I didn't know how. In Melee, I didn't know how to wave dash. And in other games, I didn't know the Luigi tricks. But the only thing I didn't know about was actually aerial spacing. So the only reason I would beat everyone I ever came across was because I knew about aerial spacing. So that was. I mean, Luigi's always been solid, even if you didn't know the advanced text with him, just because he's had some interesting moves.
Yeah.
And also the jankiness helps. And in this game, he has that same aerial priority, but with a game more tailored to him.
Right.
Ooh.
And more favorable stats.
Slightly, yeah. I mean, it's more the fact that his recovery is better. That's the big thing.
Right.
Luigi could always kill people really easily, but he always had this exploitable recovery where to edgeguard Luigi, you just get in his way because it would stop his momentum from the missile. I mean, you would take damage, but you just stop Luigi from getting back on stage.
Right, but trading damage for a stock is generally a worthwhile trade.
Oh, by and large, yeah. But in this game, like, tough luck. Like,
yeah.
Sovereign's the only one I've seen challenge the recovery. Ooh. So Sovereign is up 2-1, and I believe this is second set, right? No.
No, this is still the first set.
So we could see an immediate win from Sovereign. Yep. Although I do like bracket resets.
Yeah, I mean, if Sovereign has a win either this game or next game, that's it.
And Roy is so unpredictable with that power. Again, he is way more powerful than he ever was. However, Nair is still just as good.
There we go. So there's one for Sofaking. So one more and he can get that bracket reset.
Oh, you think you're cool. Sofaking, notorious for talking back to commentators continuously until the end of time. Even now. He knows I'm just wrestling him. Besides, it's not like I can take a game off of Sov.
Right.
So,
Now, do you think we're going to see any more character swaps?
Well, Sov is always working on more characters, but I think that he should stick to Roy. If I would give him advice. He doesn't take my advice, but I mean...
We're going back to Zero Suit. Now, he did win the first game as Zero Suit, didn't he?
No.
No? It was
I don't think
only
he did.
Roy wins? Okay. So this could be Sofa's chance to get the bracket reset. Now, in this matchup, would you normally pick Luigi over Zero Suit? Or... I don't even know. All right. Well, hopefully we'll see.
I think the game's too young for people to solidly know matchups.
Yeah.
I would think Luigi has the advantage, but mostly that's just because of the stuff he can do right here.
Right.
But again, it's the meta's very early.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some of the characters you see in the top tier, they might not end up being top tier. And I'm not talking about nerfs. I'm just talking about a change of the meta.
Sure.
Dude, Zelda used to be good in Melee.
Yeah.
Zelda has a 12-frame grab in that game. That's as much as Samus, but it's not ranged. She has the worst walk in the game. All of her attacks can be smash-DI'd out of, and also she's too light to survive. And people thought she used to be fifth. I mean, it can change, guys. You just have to learn about why a character sucks.
Absolutely. And another thing to keep in mind when considering things like tiering is the tier bracket generally shows based on average performance. Now, that's not to say that a character's own, or a player's own style can't shape that.
Generally, but
wow, that game just went to Sofa.
It did.
We were busy and
I
two
think
stocks.
that Sov should go back to Roy. Or Mewtwo. I don't know.
All right, we're going to see a Mewtwo versus Luigi here. All right.
But a lot of tier lists are based upon inherent advantages as well. Like, even no matter how you play the game, some characters will just beat other characters. No hands,
statistically,
like, hands down. Like, just because of how their frame data works out. That's just a fact. So there is something to be said about that. Can someone overcome this? Of course, we've seen it all the time, but it's still beating against the waves, you know?
Right.
Ooh,
We had
interesting there.
some early edge play there.
I really don't get this pick at all. Like, at all. From Sov, I mean, like, he was doing really well with Roy. Like, yeah, he lost the last game he played with Roy, but he still did really well. Just seems a little silly. The way Sofa's been putting away Zero Suit, like, I don't know. Although the Mewtwo's doing all right, but I do think that Mewtwo does have problems surviving this game. He's light.
Yeah, he is. And he's a rather large character for as light as he is.
Indeed.
That's a lot of hurt. That's a lot of hitboxes that.
The reset was 3-2. Right? No, it was 3-1. Sorry.
Okay, so we've been all wrong about this. So the reset happened at 3-1. That last match for Sofa was actually a win on the second set.
Yep.
So we're now in. This is it. Best of 3, or best of 5. 3 wins is a game.
Yep. Oh, I saw the read from Sofa. He was planning to walk up and up smash him. Yep.
And
solid tactic.
Sovereign having nothing to do with it.
I mean, there's not a lot Mewtwo could ever do just with the moveset. Like, you just have a limiter right there.
Yeah, I mean, Mewtwo's moveset is more about tricks, and
Gimmicky.
tricks don't work as well on higher ranked players. It's just true.
Just like that. I mean, it's a gimmick-based character.
Right.
Because there's a lot of things that it's like, if you don't know about this, it might get you. But honestly, like, that's not how you should design a character.
Right.
But the up throw has always been strong.
Yeah.
So.
Mewtwo's up throw is nothing to shake a stick at.
No. But I mean, with how light he is, his priority on his moves and range, I mean, it's underwhelming.
Yeah.
So I want to see a patch. I want to see a buff. But whatever. Y'all can keep releasing bad characters. That's fine. I mean, don't get me wrong. Roy's pretty good.
Yeah.
But
I'll be interested to see how Ryu evolves in this game. I was curious to see him as a DLC character, and he's interesting. He hits Ryu.
Oh, Ryu.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I actually was very opposed to the idea of Ryu in Smash because I think you end up having a Street Fighter character in Smash, and that doesn't fit with the style. In Street Fighter, you don't have this whole thing of having a double jump, having to contend with platforms, having, our combos are very different. They're DI dependent or air dodge dependent. Ryu is not used to that, so I was wondering how they would implement him, and for that reason, I was wary of him in, and I didn't want him in. But I saw the implementation. I think they did a good job putting him in the game.
Yeah.
I still do not like him in the game. That's my thoughts.
It's just it's interesting because his moves feel so clunky because he still has the Street Fighter style of moves. Like, most of his attacks look the exact same, function the exact same.
Yeah, have the same frames or whatnot.
And they have, like, the same kind of lag that you'd have in that kind of fighting game. But in my opinion, Brawl Smash Brothers as a series has been faster paced than Street Fighter. Now, that's not considering something like Capcom versus
Marvel versus Capcom.
That's a different story.
It's a completely different story. But in a lot of the case, yeah, we are generally faster than other fighting games, and part of that does have to do with the fact that when you win fighting game neutral, sometimes you just win. Zero to death are not completely common. Like, Infinite's not completely common in fighting games, or not completely uncommon in fighting games. Like, and you can still combo someone to half health from it. The capitalizations from punishes are almost always better. So I think that's something that's very different about this game. By the way, this is the counterpick. Sov knows this place has an incredibly low ceiling, and that's why he counterpicked to it. Because you just saw that up B kill early. Zero Zen actually did the same thing to Sofa a while ago too, and I mean, it's just something.
He switched off Roy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Rowboat behind me, questioning Sovereign's decision on switching off of Roy, just like I did. Peas of the same pod. I'm agreeing with you.
I think Sovereign missed an opportunity to capitalize there.
He did. He definitely did, but both of them did.
Yeah.
You saw Sofa and Sovereign
almost got that kill right there.
Yeah, almost. But the blast zones on the sides are definitely more generous than they are upwards.
Absolutely.
Oh. So I'm looking for
no.
And
that's going to take a stock off him, though.
In classic Luigi fashion, Sofa punishes him for overextending.
Yep.
Although that's a combo.
Yep, that is.
He's going to recover.
Ooh.
That was
almost
vulnerable.
missed that edge.
He could have forward smashed him.
Yep.
And I would have done it too.
Yeah, I think Sovereign was just completely not expecting that. I think he expected him to sweet spot the ledge.
Which honestly, I think Sofa might have been aiming for.
That could be.
But, you know. Oh. Interesting down smash, just barely not hitting Luigi.
Oh,
That
no.
hits Luigi, and it's death.
All right, so that is one for Sovereign.
Yes,
Sovereign
yes.
needs 2 more. Sofa only needing 1. We're going to see this set go to Game 5.
I hope it goes to Game 5.
Absolutely.
I would definitely want it to go to Game 5. We want some more games in here.
Going for a color swap, perhaps. Yep, color swap.
The palette, the color counter pick? The color counter pick?
Color counter pick.
Color counter pick. Shh. It was the mind games then. You thought you would face red Zero Suit. Welcome to bracket.
Sofaking getting in some early damage.
Oh yeah, this is just how the games go though.
Right.
Sofaking does the combos, Sov tries to finish it up with really quick strings.
Yep.
Ooh.
Sovereign's going to need to get on it, though.
Interesting. That was a very good grab. Just the awareness that Sofa wouldn't do anything. Wouldn't jump. Using the range on Samus's grab is very important. Oh, immediately comes down, shoots a gun. That seems to be what he's coming down with, generally, in order to land, because he doesn't want to tech. So he wants to interrupt that with a move of some sort, and I guess his choice is the laser. Ooh. So the retreating Z aerials.
Yep.
A very strange concept, but the regular getup.
Yeah.
No.
I was going to
Solid.
comment that it seems like Sofa might be playing a bit too aggressively, but right there it just paid off for him.
I think that the aggressive style is pretty much paying off, but we'll see. So, I mean, right there, that combo did 51%, right?
Right. Absolutely.
That's ridiculous. Ooh, he wanted to carry him off with him.
Yeah.
That would have been nice. Ooh. So right now, lots of footsies. Sovereign is down massively to Sofaking. That might have been it if Sofa had
no kidding.
not thrown out the dash attack. Ooh, jab combo to catch the spot dodge. Very nice.
Ooh.
That's going to do it. No,
not
it's
quite,
not.
not quite. The high ceiling
Soon, though.
of Town and City. Ooh. Uh-oh.
Dude. Low ceiling? Oh. All right.
Okay.
Ooh,
That's
displaying
gonna
it
be
right
one stock.
there.
One stock.
See, I always ban Town and City in Smashville. I just don't like them. So I wouldn't know.
Oh,
Oh!
no. And that is going to be the tournament. That's it.
Congratulations to Sofaking resetting the bracket and going back from losers after being knocked into losers by Vincent Obama and Sovereign. You know, shout-outs to that dude.
Absolutely.
Going all the way through winners and then losing to debatably the best guy here,
Yeah.
Sofaking.
Absolutely. I mean, out of everybody here, out of 57 players, the only other person that took a single set off him was Sofa.
Yeah.
That's an impressive feat in and of itself.
It is. If only Zero's on, we're here.
Well, congrats to all our
That'd be
players.
nice.
Good job today.
Absolutely. I want more turnouts next week for all games.
Absolutely.
Even though this was like the best turnout for all the games I think I've seen in a while.
Yeah, this is as big as both the other tournaments that I've been involved in at this venue put together.
Easily.
Put together.
Back in the church, we might have seen this in the heydays of Melee and PM.
Yeah.
However,
back when everybody was playing Melee.
not the case anymore. Venues changed.